Alright, man. Y'all know the face. Y'all know the name. Y'all are tuned into the world's greatest podcast. I promise you, I just don't say this for my health. I really, truly believe that it's the world's greatest podcast. Not just because I got the world's greatest people on there, and a lot of y'all sleep because this podcast probably gonna come out like 2 years later. So when they pop in now, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I know these guys. Like, nah, these are my brothers, these are my sisters, these are my peoples. Y'all tuned into Talk Ain't Cheap podcast, hosted by Mr. You Know the Face, you know the name, yours truly, Cletus Real Talk. And I got a special person here with me, one of my brothers. I know this man for a good amount of years now. Somebody who's just super creative, innovative, has an interesting story, and just grind. You know what I mean? He's one of my brothers that if I'm ever going through like a creative slump, or if I'm in a weird space, I could just give him a call like, bro, you alright? Like, you good? And he's somebody who probably is the only person I know that out travels me and doesn't scam. So
how you know I don't scam?
He don't scam. He out travels me and doesn't scam, and I can respect that because everybody who be traveling, flying out, they really be scamming. And we have no bread. They be scamming. Don't work for nothing. Make me look bad.
Yo.
But I got my bro. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and what he do real quick.
Yo. My name is Rashaad Holley. I am a recent graduate of Buff State College, graduate of the University of Buffalo, class of 2016, with a lot of legends. A lot of legends.
Stop playing. It's different on the side.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I am a aspiring fashion designer, aspiring creative, aspiring leader, and you know, I'm just trying to put on for my family, my friends, my town, my side, all of that, you know.
So we here. What's your town? What's your side? Where you from, bro?
I'm from Buffalo. Midtown made me, Uptown raised me.
Okay.
You know, I've been a lot of places at this point though, so I rep a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But,
so what's your favorite place that you've been to thus far?
My favorite place ever, I would have to say London. London town has my heart at this moment. Yeah, that would be my favorite place in the world. But you know, I got a strong connection to the towns. I got a strong connection to Brooklyn. Strong connection to all of the boroughs. A strong connection to really everywhere I've been. I think I've attempted to make a connection with all of the places that I've traveled, because I think experiencing things and connecting with the places that you go is really important, and respecting the places that you go, having love for the places that you go, appreciating the differences in the places that you know get to go and experience is really important. So I think I'm connected to all of the places my feet have touched the ground at.
So I have like a saying, right? It always goes like, I'm never home. I'm always on the road, but I never feel like I'm not at home. Type joint.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'll be in Miami, I'll be in Atlanta, I'll be in Buffalo, I'll be back in the city, I'll be anywhere, and I always feel like I'm at home.
And that's a blessing, because you know, a lot of people go places and they nervous, they're not willing to experience things for what they are, or look at things for the uniqueness and the beauty that they possess, you know. So that's a blessing that you're able to have that perspective. It took me a long time to have that perspective too. You know, I went through a lot of growth where you know, I didn't really understand the value of appreciating places, you know what I'm saying, and the uniqueness of their places. Like, I went to Paris, and you know, I thought when I first got to Paris, I thought Paris was ugly. You know what I mean? It took me going to, you know what I mean, different places to really understand the beauty that was Paris, and why Paris is beautifully, you know, unique in its own sense. So looking back at it,
genius,
yeah,
exactly.
So, you know, you gotta appreciate things for their uniqueness and their own individual beauty.
So you know what? I'm gonna do that for you. What I believe your uniqueness and your individual beauty is that you are one of the people I know that are self-taught, but never afraid to keep learning. Mm-hmm. Like, that process, that grit, that grind, you are not afraid to. You don't shy from it. You embrace it, and you still create through all the bullshit. And I gotta put that on a shirt. Hashtag create through the bullshit. I gotta put that on a shirt.
Thank you, bro.
Because a lot of people can't do it. They can't create through the bullshit. When shit start going a little funky, when things get really fucked up, a lot of people cannot create through the bullshit.
Yeah, they wrong.
You've been able to do so.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
I'll ask you, what are some of the bullshit you've been through, and what are some of the lessons you've learned from it? Like, how did it contribute?
Man, I got 1,000 stories, bro.
Man, you know the vibes, man. I told you this is talking cheap. This is not a regular nigga podcast.
I got 1,000. You know what's crazy?
People,
I give you one. Well, I'll give you whatever. We'll start back in the day when me and you really first, started getting into our thing. Before my senior year my senior year when I was getting my first degree, I got into an issue with a family member. The cops got called. All of that happened, and I got faced with some charges. I had to get a lawyer. The thing about the issue that I had was the family member that I had wasn't that educated, so they kind of got used by the system and the man, if you will, in thinking that they were doing the right thing, So I had to sacrifice and give up a lot of the earnings the money that I was making. Mind you, this is like in the midst of me, going after my dreams. You know what I'm saying? I had to get a lawyer. I got thrown into some debt. But I came out of that case triumphant. I didn't have anything on my record. Everything got taken care of, but I got set back. I almost didn't get to finish college. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But I made it through. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I think people don't understand, this is a random gem just to throw that out there, is like once you get the government involved in your affairs, it's really about just business. It's never personal.
Facts.
And they go try to find every way to milk you because they're going to go through your business. Like, one thing I learned, shout out to Grambling State and shout out to Louisiana, where everybody's somebody. You always keep family business at home.
It's family business. But, like a lot of people, when you, man, I don't know. I feel like I'm blessed to, have the education I have and blessed to have the mindset of, continuing to learn. But, that's just a learning experience. I don't fault people, for not being, for not being educated, because sometimes it's not up to them, the education that they receive. So that's something that I had to understand the powers that be and what they were throwing in my way, not hold that against my family, you know what I'm saying, and grow and continue to try to persevere, you know what I'm saying, not let that stop me.
That's beautiful that you said that, because I made a statement, 2 statements today. As the first one is, if you can't be used, you're useless. And if you look at any job company, they usually say they want to utilize your skill for something. They want to use your skill for something. So it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. We just have different diction towards it, or we have a different appreciation or a different meaning of it. As well as if you don't learn these lessons now, when are you going to learn them?
Yeah. Yo, you said you got gym after gym, Cletus, man. You a smart man.
I mean, when you go through stuff, you learn. That's what experience is.
Facts.
Bro, like I always say it, if I don't have certain scars, if Alexander the Great didn't have any battle wounds, would he be the great?
You know what I mean?
He'd just be another general, another warrior.
This man here, man. Cletus, man, you my man. I love you, bro.
I love you too, bro, man. I try to tell these people my podcast is great. I just don't put nothing out, man.
Yo, man, we gotta get this out here, man.
So what made you want to get into clothes, and where this whole thing start at? Because when I first met you, you was at UB, you was working at Sears, with my bros. And, shout out to my bros.
Shout out.
And at that time, you was getting involved in BSU and all these other organizational stuff. And I didn't really know you from Adam and Eve, but I saw that you were willing to, you were passionate about creating something worth creating. You were passionate about speaking up where you felt that no one else was being heard. So my question is, like, where the hell did you get into clothing, fashion? Well, Buffalo don't really got that like that.
You're right. What's crazy is, like, right now we're in a boutique in Buffalo called Freshly Dipped, and this is one of the places that actually gave a chance to youngins like me. I was working with a brand at the time and getting in the street where I was studying business and just trying to utilize my business talents to help out my friends and the people that were around me, and that kind of exposed me to the business side of fashion and understanding how fun it could be when you're passionate about something. So I was using my skills that I was learning in school to get my feet wet in a real life situation, in a real business, which was good. More like an internship, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But as things started to develop and I was exposed to seeing people run businesses and get into the life and be around creative people, things just started to evolve within my head, and I gained that confidence. So when that episode or that chapter was done, I think I was fully confident in me being able to create things and establish relationships and take things to the next level. So when I graduated the first go around, I had a good little summer. I had been on a little bit of run sewing and creating things and just putting my name out there, and I decided to just take the leap, and then I enrolled at Buff State, and the rest is history.
So let's talk about that, because I remember that time too. I was like, you were just about to graduate. You was like, yeah, bro, I think I'm going to go back to school for another 4 years, because I really love sewing and this craft. And to me, I'm like 4 years again, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you was already older than some of your classmates.
Yeah.
So to do that, you would have to humble yourself again at square zero for 4 years. And that costs money too, not just time.
Right. A lot of time.
What made you want to do it?
That's a good question. I think I was just hungry. I was hungry to learn, and I didn't really understand what I didn't have a clear enough outlook on where I wanted to go. And I think that in my heart of all hearts, I feel like I'm just a student to the world, and I felt like I had some unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? I think that I wanted to cement my vision and really dedicate myself to something that I thought that I could love. And I like business, and I like all of the skills that you acquire from studying business, but I wasn't passionate about business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I felt like being in the streets, I wanted to I felt like I went into business because I felt like like a street dude. You get book smart in handling money or some type of business angle. You know what I'm saying? You could get into an office somewhere, but I didn't want to wear a suit. I didn't want to sit at a desk, and I just felt like I wasn't done. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, I have a hunger to learn. I feel like I'm going to learn. I'm going to do my best to learn every day through every experience that I can. I'm always hungry to learn something. So school is the easiest way to learn, and having had one foot in the door, it was just a matter of time for me to find something there within an institution. I'm blessed enough to be able to participate in that. So I felt like it was a matter of time before I found my calling. And people change their majors all the time. It just happened that I finished one before I made that jump.
And that's big, bro, because I think as a creative, sometimes we tend to have this mentality that, be relentless in your pursuits, but that don't mean be stupid as hell.
Yeah.
I be relentless, but damn, bro, you still have.
I mean, some people might say we stupid because we invest as much as we do into going to college, but
True.
It's all perspective. It's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's path isn't the same. People hit me up all of the time like, I'm thinking about studying fashion. I don't always say, that you go to school. I don't always say, don't go to school. You know what I'm saying? It's really dependent on, what you see for yourself and what you're willing to sacrifice and, what your goals are. I think it's really important to understand your goals. And even if you don't have goals, you got to align yourself in some type of way, you know what I mean, to be successful in what you think you want to do.
All right, that's fire. I like that. So my question then would be is, how do you establish goals? Because I'm not gonna lie, you know me, man. One day I'll give you 36 fire concepts today. You can make $1 million off of each, but then for me to do it myself, bro, that takes up too much time that I just don't have. So call it what it is. How do you compartmentalize your goals? How do you set up your day-to-day workflow? How do you make sure that whatever you're doing is more effective for you?
Well, I think that with my particular journey, I think that it's been really important for me to take care of myself. Mm-hmm. What I've learned in my experience is that people like me and people that come from the place that I've come from and environments that are similar to where I come from have limited themselves in thinking that you have to be in a rush. You have to get things done right now. You can't. You got an expiration date, I guess you could say. A lot of my friends, have not made it this far. A lot of my friends have, ridiculous records because of the things that they've had to go through, So I think that the first thing that I was able to do was eliminate the cap, eliminate the ceiling on, my time on this earth, and not think about, not being here tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And once I was able to move past that, you know, I was able to really just open my mind into, you know, thinking, having a completely different vision. And now I think that my goal in essence is to take care of me, you know what I'm saying, and care about myself. That's my main goal, is to make sure that I'm okay.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but also you ensure that you do good business too. I think with our people, sometimes the issue is we be so concerned about the dollars and cents that we end up doing the people that can help us out the most, the grimiest.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, the growth aspect, the workflow, making sure that you're productive, making sure you're organized, it's dope. But people don't want to mess with you. Mm-hmm. People don't want to do business with you. People don't trust you. You might as well throw that whole thing out of the way. And that's one thing I didn't mean to interject in the story. But speaking of integrity, bro, you are probably one of the most like honorable people I know.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's a huge compliment. I definitely appreciate that.
Because I know for you, you've done big. You said it earlier. You've done business with people that haven't had that same integrity, and then it kind of forces a creative to go into a shell.
Yeah.
That we spoke about earlier. It's like you creating out of spite.
Yeah.
You know, and when you plant that seed, it kind of creates things that might look beautiful but be super sour.
Yeah, you gotta protect your energy. You gotta stay around, you know. Well, I mean, you have to keep relationships, you know, healthy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's gonna be shady people out there. You gonna have to deal with shady people. You're gonna have to deal with people that have bad energy. But that don't mean you have to build with them. You know what I'm saying? It's enough good people out here for you to build with, so that you could keep the shady people at arm's length. You know what I mean? And just keep good energy, protect your energy, protect the thing, you know, what you taking in, and protect the energy that you giving out. It's really important.
That's facts, because everybody ain't for everybody.
That's a fact. And that's fine. That's cool. You know what I mean? Some people bring out the best things in people. Some people do bring out the opposite, you know? But it's, you know, as long as you moving around and making sure that you protecting yourself, like going back to the goals, my goal has always been to make sure that I'm okay. And every day is a battle, you know, because being a creative, your mind, it takes you a lot of places, and a lot of places you don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? So you should make it a goal to fall asleep every day, you know, with, you know, feeling good about how you looked out for you. And, you know, every day is a battle. You're not going to go to sleep every day thinking, you know, you succeeded. But tomorrow, it's another go. You know what I mean?
Get to it. That's facts. So while you was at State, you accomplished a lot of things, bro.
Thank you.
You were able to travel multiple times. Being from Buffalo, bro, in the east side, bro. I've been to your house.
Yeah.
I've been to your people's house.
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about how we was at the barbecue for Benny.
Yeah.
Early, like how I had Benny's number like years ago, and I was in the booth, and now he was supposed to come on in the booth. You know, like.
Now he next to Hove.
And now he's next to Hove.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming, bro. A lot of things is growing. And
I was gonna say that. Why do you feel like Buffalo is like now starting to catch up with it? Because Buffalo has like Brian McKnight. You know, like Buffalo got a lot of amazing people. Your mayor is black. You know what I'm saying? Like there, you see black people. You see black police officers. It's kind of like they should be at the forefront. Buffalo is the second largest city in New York State. Then it's an hour from Toronto. You know what I'm saying? They have an international airport. Buffalo should be smoking people.
You're right.
Smoking people, but it's kind of like it tends, and I'm just speaking from an objective place with a lot of love in my heart, because this is my home too. It's kind of like we just not making it happen.
You know, I think that Buffalo is like a lot of different places where, you know, we deal with the segregation, we deal with the poverty, we deal with the locked doors and people just not giving it a chance. But I think the thing that Buffalo has really had to deal with is having our own identity and being unique in some type of way, right? So and when it comes to the music, you know, you look at what's going on with Griselda, and I think that the thing that's been able to help them tremendously is that, you know, their style is one that is known in a way and it's familiar to people, but it wasn't familiar for the time. And I think Buffalo has always been really authentic and really true to, you know, realness and true to, you know, the, quote unquote, the culture, I guess. So when you got people that are speaking genuinely about their lives, you know, you get that respect. And right now, you know, when you look at music, you see just a lot of fake. things you can't believe in.
Man,
you believe these boys. I'm gonna tell you, it's good to believe them because they talking about real life. I know them. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's something I was able to really help them out. But when it comes to things like fashion, Buffalo's poor. That's why Buffalo doesn't stand out, in the world of fashion. But that doesn't mean that there isn't creativity here. That doesn't mean that there isn't artistic expression here. It's just going to take that right kick, you know what I'm saying, or the right people behind the right people to make the splash. I would never say that I would think Buffalo's going to be a extremely fashionable place because Buffalo is ridiculously impoverished. But there's gyms. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, we're on the block. We're recording on a block where this is one of multiple black businesses. This is like our own little Black Wall Street strip, and you could walk 10 minutes away and say, hey, do you know that there's a stretch of 3 blocks where there are 6 black businesses? And they would say, oh my God, I didn't even know that maybe somebody that's been living here their whole life.
Man, I'm putting it out in the universe right now. # Buffalo Black Bar Crawl and Business Crawl. I'm putting it out in the universe. If y'all take it, please give me my royalties. I need my bread. But I think that'll be hard because I feel like we are downtown. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of black business, even where I'm doing my event tonight. Shout out to everyone that's coming out for Caravana. Thank y'all for coming and supporting the pre-Caravana pit stop, the pit stop party we doing tonight. I got 72 bottles of wine in my trunk. You know what I'm saying?
I heard them click-clacking.
Click-clacking that we was driving in a runny. Like, we trying to just, do well for the culture. Buffalo always he always gave me an opportunity to showcase how dope I am and being, just being unapologetically me. The least I gotta do is give back, So, he has a black business and he studies the guy that owns the facility. It's a black man. Like, to me, support of our own is so imperative to me.
Facts.
And understanding like black economics and understanding the power of our dollar, our voice, our talents and stuff like that. Like, you gotta be mindful, your talents took you all over the world.
Yeah.
Like I said, what are some of the places you've been to?
I wouldn't even say my talents is more of me being ambitious and understanding that, and understanding that I need to believe in myself to achieve things. The first year that I studied at Buff State, I was winning awards and just putting my best foot forward. And I went and studied in London for the summer. Going to Europe for the first time was extremely eye-opening because once you get over there, you just gotta go for it. So I visited Paris and stretched my European legs to see some things in Europe. The following year, I interned in Milan. So Milan's in northern Italy. You shoot down the Italian peninsula and just experience everything. Venice and Florence and everything that Italy has to offer. Last summer, studied in China, in Beijing, and traveled to Shanghai and Beijing. I've been all over the country. Working with artists and just experiencing, everything. And, you gotta see things in life, you know what I'm saying, to really grow. Yeah, I'm just blessed, bro. I'm blessed, bro.
Nah, you are, bro. I ain't gonna cap. You are definitely blessed. I ain't gonna crack. Like,
I'm blessed.
But you know what it is, though? You worked hard.
Yeah.
And you've also aligned yourself with a lot of good people.
Alignment is important, man.
Like, that's something we spoke about earlier. Is like, who's gonna be the plug and who's gonna be the source. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything you can't be attached to. Because some people, I was telling one of my other friends, I'm like, yo, like, I was telling Scotty, shout out to my young boy, Scotty.
Shout out to Scotty.
I was like, Scotty, like, bro, some people come around just to take some of your lit. Mm-hmm. Like, some people might not want you around when you ain't, just because they know that you'll take the attention off of them, but they will want you around when they know that's gonna bring them positive attention. Yeah. It's like,
or they want to steal your vibes
or
and
your energy, your positivity. It's like, man. But when you need them for real, like, they won't even show up, right. And they'll be mad because you don't want to give them anything as if they really did something for you. Like, I know I've been in my dark places. We have this conversation many times, and I know you have as well. There's not a lot of people that's usually there. But
if anybody, if there's anybody,
right? They'll be the first one to ask for a discount, a free shirt, They'll try to say that they're giving you something of value when in reality they're giving you nothing. They're not supporting anything you do. Like it's just it's foul. It's a foul thing. So being able to know that everybody that you tap into isn't worth tapping into. Every bridge that's built isn't really built.
And you know, the most valuable thing that I think that I've learned is that in being somebody who, you know, has been blessed with an education, not even to say a scholastic education, but an education and understanding knowledge and, you know, psychology or whatever, is that, you know, sometimes you just can't blame these people. You know what I'm saying? It's not wholeheartedly their fault for being as messed up as they are, you know. It's bigger than just them, and bigger than, you know, the perspective that they've gained. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just keep believing in yourself and keep pushing forward. You don't gotta hold grudges against people. You don't gotta hate people. You shouldn't hate anybody, but you don't have to hate people. You don't have to hold it over their head and be counterproductive to your mental struggle and, you know, what you're going through. You don't gotta hold that animosity in. It's bigger than them. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Just keep being the best you. Keep moving forward.
And I'll even add to that, I really think a lot of people need to stop comparing their struggles. Like, man,
that's
bro,
just become a norm.
Yeah, bro, you know I'm grinding, you know, things is rough out here. You know, my mama's sick, you know, I got gout, you know, everything's bad. You know, my food has been really in the microwave for too long, so the food not good no more. I ain't eat all day. Man, word, bro, I feel that. But you know what else I've been through today? I think that the conversation needs to shift.
It does.
Because I think there is beauty in the struggle, but up until what point is that struggle going to be something that's going to either help or is it going to be something to harness you? Like, I feel like as a people, we can't even afford crutches no more.
Yeah.
Like, now we have that bad limp, and when it's time for us to run, we can't run as fast.
But, you know, we got to be happy that we could, you know, crawl till you walk. Mm-hmm. And once you get your legs back under you, then you got to run till you could fly. You know what I'm saying? Just be ready for those transitions. You know what I mean? Be ready, be prepared as best as you can. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can't be prepared, but
charge
you know,
to the game.
Yeah, man.
So what's some of these next transitions you got going on? What's next for you? Where am I gonna see you at next? Where do I gotta fly out and meet you at? That's the better question.
Man, you know, we try to get out as much as we can. Well, right, you know, I'm actually heading down to North Carolina this weekend. That's why I ain't gonna be able to join you up in Toronto. I'm working with an artist named Love the Genius. I'm working with, you know, several other artists. And I'm just working, bro. I'm trying to, you know, I think it's a blessing to be able to create, and it's a blessing to be okay in life based off being a creative. So I'm extremely appreciative for that. I thank God for that every day. So that's just kind of where I am. But, you know, I'm all over the place, Cletus, man. We got that. We ain't gonna be in. Well, I need to go shoot out to your side next week. I was planning to go to the twins' birthday party, but I want to go to Fine Wine. But, you know, everything is everything. You know, I'm working with a lot of different entities now, though. I'm trying to get my foot in the door to some big time players when it comes to creativity and expressing my creativity through fashion. So we'll see what happens, you know, keeping our fingers crossed, keeping our prayers going up so that the blessings will come down. You never know where you'll see me, bro. You're just gonna have to call me.
Is there anything else you want to tell these people, man? Is there anything they need to know? Where can they find you at? Because I know we kind of, you know, got to get some stuff going.
You know, my name is Rashaad Holley, so, you know, that's just me. So just look me up, Rashaad Holley on everything, RashaadHolley.com. I'm trying to get back active in regards to letting people know what I have going on. I struggled with that for a while just because I wanted to just be focused and, you know, just not worry about having to put out content constantly. But you know, I try to give people the most transparent perspective of my life as I can while I'm taking care of myself at the same time. So as long as there's that good balance in me taking care of myself, you will be able to find me just by looking for my name. You know what I'm saying? Because that's me.
I'm telling you, all you guys, your name, your faith, your family, bro.
Man, and I'm extremely dedicated to all three of those things.
God bless, man. All right, well, usually we go for an hour, but we gotta get ready for the pit stop. So y'all know the face, y'all know the name, man.
Pull up to the pit stop, man.
Just pull up to the pit stop. It's on your way to Toronto. It's on your way anywhere. It's downtown. Black vibes, man. 3 DJs, food. I'm capping. Liquor. There will be wine. 72 bottles. We do have that.
Yeah.
That is in the trunk.
Yeah.
It's in the trunk right now. In the rental. It's there. We're just waiting to get it to the spot. And
we on the
just
way.
gonna have a good time. We on the way, man. I'm about to send out the location probably in the next 20 minutes when I get into the crib. And then after that, yeah, it's go time.
Shout out to Freshly Dipped Boutique on Allen, man.
Oh, definitely.
But this the family.
Immaculate spot,
we go
man.
back way too far. So
Smell
shout
good.
out to Freshly Dipped. We in here.
Freshly dipped, man. Everybody can't have some, but
you know what I mean?
Maybe
that name is gold. Y'all should just fuck with it just off that.
I'm Freshly dipped. I know you hear me. I'm giving you free game right now while you here. Y'all need to get an ice cream machine in here. Y'all need to start doing ice creams. You need to start doing French fries.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I'm about to put y'all. I just got the crazy idea just now. So we about to get out of here. We gotta go. We gotta build. I'm
telling you, I'm giving you too much free. I'm telling you, you need the Freshly dipped to be the clothes is the clothes, but the food is the food too. Nothing better than having like a freshly dipped, food, ice cream snack while I'm in here buying freshly dipped clothing. I'm telling you, it's easy money, man. I'm telling you, it's out here in these streets, man. 7 streams of one building. That's the goal.
Dig?
We gotta, and that's one thing my OG told me before we go. You have to find 7 streams of what you do.
Yeah.
If you can't find 7 streams of what you're doing, that's probably not that good.
Mm-hmm. I got 3 brands already. I need 4 more.
We here doing the podcast. We just bought the wine. We have with the store. We about to go do the event. We gonna be connecting dots everywhere we go, bro. We gonna get them 7 streams, but like I said, y'all know the face, y'all know the name, and talk ain't cheap, and it's usually not that deep. That's a vibe.